Huge developments in the context of the Mohamed Salah saga. Let's go to Milan and join Vinny O'Connor. Vinny, what can you tell us?
Yes, Gail, we've now been told that Mo Salah definitely will not be part of the Liverpool squad that travels over to Milan for that Champions League tie against Inter Milan. What we're being told now is that following his public comments expressing uncertainty regarding his future at Liverpool FC, the club has now taken the decision to remove him from selection for a short period, meaning, as I say, that he will not travel to Italy for the Champions League fixture against Inter Milan. It has to be reiterated that this is a club decision taken in consultation with the full support of head coach Arne Slot. And also worth mentioning that given the nature and the timing of the players' public comments, the club believes that a brief period away from selection is in the best interests of the player, the squad and the club at this time. This is what we're being told at the moment. And to be clear, there is no disciplinary action, as this is a decision which relates solely to squad selection. But the bottom line is that Mo Salah is not going to be part of that Liverpool squad to face Inter Milan. We don't know about Brighton just yet. There is still the possibility that he could be available for selection. We are told that no decision effectively has been taken there, so it remains to be seen whether he will be involved. But after that, of course, he is off to the African Cup of Nations. But definitely Mo Salah not involved against Inter Milan here at the San Siro tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, Vinny. And remember, we are hearing from Arne Slot 6:45 this evening, and we'll bring you that on Sky Sports News. Kaveh Soloko is chief correspondent, is here with us now. In the statement that Vinny spoke about, it said a brief period away from selection. What's the reality? Surely, Kaveh, Salah's going to go in January.
I'm not so sure, actually. You know, you can sit here and say, oh, the window's going to open in January, Mo Salah is going to leave because he's unhappy. But he doesn't hold the cards. Liverpool hold the cards. He's still got 18 months left on his contract. Apparently, he earns £400,000 a week. Who out there is in a position to pay a big transfer fee for Mo Salah and also to pay his wages? For what it's worth, I think Liverpool have made exactly the right decision today. The bottom line is he challenged the authority of his manager. So Liverpool had to respond. You can't have a situation where a player is calling the shots, where he's going off and giving interviews, claiming that he's been thrown under the bus, when in reality you could argue that he's throwing the club under the bus. So there had to be a reaction from Liverpool. They didn't want to go over the top and turn this into an even bigger soap opera than it already is. So basically what they've just said is that he is not going to be involved in this game against Inter. I would expect him to be back for the weekend. I don't think he's going to be fined, but they need to send a message out to Mo Salah. Part and parcel of being a footballer is that from time to time you're going to be dropped. And when you're dropped, you have to deal with it. You can't throw your toys out of the pram. I
mean, you made the point there that if he was to go in January, who could afford him? So answer your own question, if you like, Kaveh. Could anybody afford him?
Look, Mo Salah, Saudi Arabia. Everybody always...
It's been close before, hasn't it?
Yes. Al Hilal have tried to sign him in the past. They made a late bid of £150 million. But that was a couple of years ago, I think, 18 months ago, when he was younger. Is there interest in Saudi Arabia for Mo Salah? Of course there is, especially because Cristiano Ronaldo is getting to the end of his career. They need a new sort of, figurehead for the Saudi Pro League. But times have changed in Saudi Arabia. There is not as much money in Saudi Arabian football as there used to be. They're looking at signing younger players. So if Mo Salah is just doing this because he wants to, say, join Al Hilal or Al Nassr in January, I don't think it is going to be that easy, because the days of Saudi Arabia just putting unlimited cash on the table in front of players are gone. Yes, there is interest, but I'm not sure how strong that interest is at the moment. And any Saudi clubs who would want to sign him are actually in a stronger position now, because he's basically come out and said,
I want to go.
I want to go. I'm going to say goodbye to the Liverpool fans on Saturday. So anybody who's trying to sign him kind of can go to Liverpool and say, look, you've got an unhappy player on your hands. We're willing to take him. But Liverpool are far too smart, far too clever. They're not going to fall for his antics. They're the ones who are in control of this situation, not the player.
You started by saying you don't think he'll go, but when he's talked about not having a relationship with Arne Slot, that somebody at the club wants him out, that he's been thrown under the bus, How do they come together? How do they make peace? Or do they? Can they, truly?
Yes. Yes. I think, it's easy to get carried away, but we've seen this happen in football before. Mo Salah is emotional. He's upset that he was dropped. He came out and did something that he shouldn't have done. He shouldn't have spoken to those journalists. I'm very glad that he did speak to those journalists, because as journalists, we love it when people speak to us and people are honest. It makes our life a lot easier. But the bottom line is, he should never have done what he did. If he's unhappy, he should have waited until Monday, gone and knocked on Arne Slot's door again, had another conversation with him. And guess what? Arne Slot's an experienced manager. He's had these kind of situations lots of times before where players have been unhappy that they haven't been playing, but not a player like Mo Salah, not a player who's achieved as much as Salah has achieved for Liverpool. But look, I think in reality, this is a bit of a storm in a teacup. At the end of the day, Mo Salah has just got to get his head down. He's a Liverpool player. When he's picked to play, he has to give 100%. When he's not picked to play, he has to just keep quiet and keep working hard in training and wait for his chance.
And just finally, Arne Slot, we've been teasing it. He's up in front of the media at 6:45. What are you expecting him to say?
I think, look, he will be on message. He will have spoken to his media advisors about to handle the questions that are going to come his way. I think the message that he needs to get out via that news conference is that I am in charge, not the players, not Mo Salah. What I say goes. I pick the starting 11. I decide who comes on as a sub. And if you're not in the starting 11, you just have to keep your mouth closed, do as you're told, because you have a contract with Liverpool Football Club and you're getting paid by Liverpool. If you're unhappy, go and see the sporting director, go and see the chief executive in private, not in public, because that's not the way we do business.
Only one boss around here, isn't there? Thank you very much, Carve.